Welcome friends in science lecture of lesson 8 motion, first lecture. Fine. Now first of all we will try to understand what is basically motion is. So motion is of any object is or we can say that an object is in motion when it starts traveling from any fixed point or original point to any other reference point, taking any path in some period of time is called that the object is in motion. Now according to this define, I would just make it simple then, that if I ask someone okay, are you sitting in are you sitting, so if I am presently I am sitting, but am I in motion? So according to the reference point we can calculate out. Now practically I am sitting here with the reference point of maybe the wall on the back side. So according to the wall reference point from the back side, I am not having any kind of distance travel from this particular fixed point. But if I am on the, if I take the reference point from the moon point, if I see that I am traveling some distance accordingly with respect to the some reference point from the moon, so I am in motion with respect to the moon but not with respect to that particular wall. So what I mean is that object when we call as in motion is like you are sitting in a bus, and in particular bus you are on the seat, but with respect to the conductor who is standing beside you, you are not in motion, but with respect to the bus stand that is there, you are in motion because the bus is traveling with respect to that reference point or original point or origin point. With respect to that reference point you are traveling, right, you are moving with respect to that reference point, but with respect to the another reference point you are not in motion. So the motion of an object can be defined with respect to some reference point or origin, and you are going to some another point. Now the different types of motions that we understand is linear motion, rotatory motion, oscillatory motion. In linear motion, the object, the particle moves basically from one point to the another point in either a straight line or a curved line, either in a straight line or a curved line. That means with each and every reference point it moves. With each and every reference point it moves, it can be either into the shortest distance from one point to the another point, or it can take any path which is curvature. So that particular motion which is in the curvature form is called as an curvilinear motion, and which is in the straight path is called as an rectilinear motion. Now the another is an rotatory motion. Now what is a rotation? So the motion of an object with respect to its own axis, like the fan moving. The fan is moving on its own axis, the top that you play, right, the top that is moving in an own axis, that is called as a rotational motion. The wheel of the car that is moving in the rotational form on its own axis. The another is an oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion is a motion of an object in its mean position. Mean position, that means in the same position it starts like a swing. So in a swing you start from one point, go from one point, take the same path, and you travel on the same path to and fro. That is called as an oscillatory motion. Many examples are there. The pendulum that you see, pendulum is an oscillatory motion. Now the another way of classification of particular motion, types of motion, is periodic or either non-periodic. Now what you understand by the periodic motion? That it repeats after every regular interval of time. Now every regular interval of time it comes to the same point, that is called, it's not with the reference of path, but yes with reference of time it comes and moves in the same point of time and repeats its motion in that particular position. Like you are going to school every point of time, that is basically periodic motion, right, in generalized. The rotation of an earth around the sun is an periodic motion, right, moon is a periodic motion rotating around the earth. So these are all periodic motions. Non-periodic motions are the ones does not repeat with respect to its time. So that is a non-periodic motion. Like you go to some garden, yeah, footballer which are playing on the ground, these are non-periodic motion, does not repeat it with the same interval of time. The footballer might go to the same place back again, but does not repeat every time with the same point of time, and you go to a garden and jog around, does not make sense that you follow the same path with the same point of time also. So these are the non-periodic motions, right. So these are the types of motion that we understood. Now the motion in a straight line, there is another topic that we need to start, motion of an object in the straight line. Now the difference between if I talk of the straight line, we come and across to two things. Now if I tell you that you move from one point to the another point 10 feet and come back to the same point where I am standing, I say you go to 10 feet too and come in the same direction towards me. Now how much you have traveled? So somebody would say that I have traveled 10 feet and come back to the 10 feet. So the total is 20, right, and somewhere I am standing here only. So it's now somebody was watching you and suddenly he turned around and is watching you back again, and you have went there and come back to the same point. So he might say that you are not traveled anywhere. So there are two concepts that can come across, that is distance and displacement. Now what is a distance? Basically distance is a thing that you the path measured of an object which travels the entire path with each and every reference point in some period of time, right. Now as I told you, you have traveled 10 feet. So with each and every reference point you have traveled, and we calculate that particular measurement, that you have traveled 1 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, and likewise 10 feet. And again we are calculating, that is again 1 feet, 2 feet, and likewise another 10 feet. So we calculate the total is as in 20 feet, that is called as in distance traveled. Now what is displacement? Is basically the shortest distance of all the straight path between two reference point at some period of time is called as in displacement. Now if you if I tell you that you are standing on your terrace, and if your school is nearby to you, so you might go on the terrace and see the building of the school itself also. But when you actually move to the school, you take all the paths, all the reference point that come across to your way, right. So it might be 5 to 10 lanes away, but you have to all cross your lanes and go and reach to the school's position. But if you throw or if you fire a bullet, or if you throw anything which is going to go straight to the school building, right, any flower or anything that you throw, or an arrow if you mark up, then it is going to exactly travel. You need not to do the same, but I am just giving as a reference point that if somebody fires a bullet, it is going to travel into the straight line and move from that reference point to another reference point with the shortest distance between the two reference points, right. So this shortest distance between the two reference point is called as an displacement, that is the shortest distance. While as you have traveled across all the path and reached from this point to that point, that is called as a distance traveled, right. It is an scalar quantity, the distance is an scalar quantity. Why scalar quantity? Because the direction does not matter. Here it can follow any direction, but in case of displacement, yes, direction matters, that is from this reference point to that direction of the another reference point. That is why it is called as a vector quantity. Now as I have shown you in the example and the screen that you are able to see, here in an example, as we have kept 4 points O, C, B and A. Now if I tell that an object moves from O, passes to reference point C, B and A and come back to C, again I am speaking, and traveler travels from reference point O, C, B and A and reaches back to C. Now there are two things which has happened. I can calculate in two forms, one is in distance and another is displacement. If I tell how much is the distance traveled, then the traveler has started traveling from point O to A, reach maximum at A. So this distance is 60 kilometers, as I have shown just for an example, 60 kilometers, and it has back traveled from 60 kilometers and reached to 25. That is, if I subtract out, that will be 35. So 60 plus 35, that happens to be total distance traveled by an object is 95 kilometers. Now with reference to displacement, we need not to calculate any path, it is just a shortest distance between two reference points, that is initial and final, initial and final. So, in initial and final, the initial point is O, that is 0 0, what we call as an origin, and the final point at C is 25 kilometers. So, we will say that from final minus initial. So, from final minus initial, that is OC minus O, the distance is 25 minus 0, that is equals to 25 kilometers. So, the displacement is 25 kilometers, but in case of distance traveled as an entire path, it is 95 kilometers, right. Okay. Thank you for this particular lecture.